Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv. How is everyone tonight? Hope you're well. Yeah, this is just a very quick live vlog, and what we're going to talk about is the play ratings for the United game. We didn't do it last night. Everyone was just far too busy. But we're going to do the play ratings first. Then we're going to have a quick chat about what would your lineup be for tomorrow, considering that Sunday didn't turn out like we wanted it to be. And we've got some polls as well. Today, I did ask everyone who are the biggest gobshite opposition fans on Man City Fan TV. I will give that result later. I asked you also yesterday who was City's best player in the derby, so we'll come back to that shortly. But anyway, let's see who is on. Farhan says hi, how are you? Man City fan says hello. CM City says hi everyone, and Man City fan says hello CM City. Kurt's on. Hi guys, still not getting notifications for the live streams. It's really strange. Anyone else having that issue? Interesting. Maybe we need to take a look at that, Kurt. But it's been there and out there. So make sure your notifications are set to public, not private. That's one of the biggest things that we have with people saying, well, I wasn't notified. Make sure it's set to public, not private. That way you will definitely be notified. Hello, Curtis. And Andy, how are you, mate? Charlie Everett's on. Hi, guys. Hoping to bounce back tomorrow. Just re-listened to the new Simon Hill show with Spencer Pryor as well. Kurt says it's just Kurt, mate. But hello. There you go. Vinny Reid was on there. Evening, citizens. Onwards and upwards. Tomorrow we go again. Absolutely. Leonard said, evening, everyone. And Andy, yes, I hope you're well. Get your lights in early. You'll need to get them in early because this is definitely going to be a quick one. I'll check it now, Andy. Hi, Dudley. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Right, okay. I'm not going to wait for 50, 60, 100 people to come into the live stream tonight. I'm going to go straight into it, and people, well, you'll have to catch it back. But this is a very quick vlog tonight. It's now nearly 20 past 8. So I've got about 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes maximum. But need and will get a dub against the Saints. There you go. Man City fan says, Kurt, has Sachin been chainsawed? He's a United fan who is deluded. Sachin's been all right. I mean, I don't know if he has been chainsawed or not. He's certainly not me. But anyway, we are going to move on to the play ratings first and foremost for Sunday's game against United. And first up, we're going to look at the play ratings and we're going to look at Edison. This will be quick, so you're going to need to get your scores in very quickly. And the first one we're going to look at is Edison. So get your scores in. I'll read them out, and you've got probably 20, 30 seconds before we move on to the next one. So get them in quickly. I will, as usual, read Simon Bajowski's scores. There have been lots from the MEN lately, yesterday and this morning, but I'm going to read Simon Bajowski's play ratings immediately after the game. So Edison, he said, having got a big hand to the penalty, he will feel disappointed not to have kept it out. A decent save from Martial to prevent it becoming 3-0. And gave him a 6. Okay, well, let's see what you guys give him. CM City gives him a 5. Sean a 7. Simon a 7. Sarthak Panda gives him a 7. Dudley gives him a 7. Kurt 6. Stronger hand needed for the pen. 1. Imorias. Michael Feeney. 1. Imorias 6.5. Don't know what that means, Michael. Germano C. Pereira says 7.5. Ravenglass Rocks gives him a 6. Leonard gives him a 5. Neil a 7. Chris Bake gives him a 7. Right, I said it's going to be quick, so you're going to have to be really quick if you want to get your scores on. I'm going to do it on your scores, and I'm going to give Edison a 6.5. Moving on to our right back for Sunday, and that was Cancelo, or Cancelo, whichever way you want to pronounce it. But there you go. What were your thoughts on Joao? According to Sam Bajowski, this was immediately after the game. Bypassed far too easily for the second goal, and the first came from his throw-in too. A difficult afternoon against a speedy United front line in a game that didn't suit his strengths, and gave him a 5. So there you go. Sean gives him a 4, Leonard a 3, Simon gives him a 4. You can't give him a 0, mate. Jesus, he wasn't that bad. CM City gives him a 5. Ravenglass gives him a 3. Kurt, 5.5. Worst game in a long time. He wasn't great. Chris gives him a 4. Dudley gives him a 4. Germano a 4. Neil says Cancelo 5. Solid himself for the second goal. Faffed around in his own area. So Cancelo, looking at your scores, I'm going to give Cancelo. Can't give him that low a score, so I'll give him a 4.5. There you go. I didn't think he had a great game. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was poor, but it is what it is, and it's a one-off. He's been brilliant lately, so let's not go overboard. But we are just calling out the scores for the game against United. So on to Zinchenko. What were your thoughts on Zinny? I thought he did all right, if I'm honest. Zinchenko, called Simon Bajowski, said he did well comparatively in the first half, but faded in the second with some loose touches, creating unnecessary problems at the back, but gave him a 6. So let's see what you come up with. Sean gives him a 6. CM City gives him a 7. Kurt gives him a 6.5. So does Chris Baker. Dudley gives him a 7. Leonard gives him a 7. Simon gives him a 7. Ravenglass gives him a 6. Neil gives him a 7. Did very little wrong. I agree. I didn't think he did anything wrong. Germano gives him a 6. So Zinchenko then. I think Sinky gets with 6s and 7s, so he gets a 6.5 from you guys on Man City Fan TV. So moving on to the delicious, which means the delicious duo, and we'll go for John Stones first. What were your thoughts on John Stones in the derby? Let's see what Simon Bajowski said after the game. He said, easily City's best player. He kept his cool in the first half, especially striding forward confidently on the ball while being alert to the dangers around him. Gave him a 7. So Chris Baker gives him an 8. CM City gives him an 8. Sarthak gives him an 8. Leonard gives 7.5. Kurt says 8, man of the match. Simon, 8.5, my man of the match. Ravenglass gives him a 7. Dudley gives him an 8. Sean, hit the like button. Yeah, thank you, Sean. 7.5, said Sean. Neil, Stones 7, no fault for either goal. Michael says, John Stones, 8 for me. So there you go. He would have been my man of the match, I'll be honest with you. We're not doing man of the match tonight. But Stones, according to you, I'm going to go right down the middle. Sorry, but it is about your scores. And I'm going to give John Stones a 7.5, which leaves us on to the other partner in the delicious duo, and that is Ruben Diaz. So what were your thoughts on Diaz? Well, I just bring up what Simon Bajowski said after the game. He said, hardly a terrible game, but his lack of pace was exposed by United in a defensive performance that wasn't great collectively. And gave him a 6. I think that's a little harsh. I'll be honest with you, because I didn't think he did a great deal wrong, but there you go. Over to you guys. It's your scores, not mine. Hi, Andy, King of Assist. How are you, mate? I haven't got my top on tonight, just to let you know. Seeing as though you were on other channels telling me that I'm not a City fan because I don't wear tops. But there you go. yeah, just got through dark on, mate. I don't wear City tops. I haven't done for since I was 15. I have got tons of signed City shirts, but there you go. CM City gives him a 6. Kurt says 7. Sarthat gives him a 7. Sean Fogarty gives him a 6.5. Ravenglass gives him a 7. Chris Baker, we have no history. No, we don't. We have no history whatsoever. You don't have to look at the vlogs. We'll talk about that in shortly. Siren a 7. Chris Baker gives him a 7. Germano gives him a 6. V3NOM. Venom gives him a 6.5. Neil gives him a 7. Same as Stones, no faults. Michael Feeney, R. Diaz gives him a 7. Dudley Lewis, 7.5. Leonard gives him a 7. No shirt, no entry. Yeah, no. You won't believe it, would you? There you go. Yeah, if you don't wear, apparently, according to King of Assist, if you don't wear a City shirt on your channel, or don't wear City shirts, my lord, you're not a City fan. Laugh out loud, apparently. But hey, you know, love to see how many games he's been to. But anyway, on to Diaz. So Ruben Diaz, looking at your scores, going to give him a solid 7. There you go. So Ruben Diaz gets a solid 7 from you guys, and I think that's probably fair. I don't think he had much to do. I don't think he did anything wrong. But on to our defensive midfielder, which was Rodri. What are your thoughts on Rodri? So Rodri was too often play happened around him rather than him instigating it. Should have cleared the ball before the penalty incident and flat-footed for the second, and gave him a 5. I said probably the scores might be quite low. For the game, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I didn't think you needed to be, whatever. But anyway, Andy, you don't have to wear kits big. Mate, listen, you don't need to tell me, mate. I've been to far too many Man City games home and away for the last 45 years. I don't need to wear a City top to prove my support. It'd be interesting to see how many of these other fans who so-called frequent other channels and slag off Man City Fan TV presentors. Interested to see how many games they've been to. I feel bad for the delicious work fault both conceded goal. I agree. I totally agree. Right, let's get on to the flops. Yeah, Kirk gives him a 7.5. Second best player for us last night. I thought he was quite good, I must admit, but Chris thinks a 5. I thought he was all right. Hit the post with a brilliant shot. Leonard gives him a 6. Sean, 6. Ravenglass gives him a 5. Simon, a 6. Rodri, 7. As good as ever, says Neil. CM City, 6. Should have played Fernandinho. Safat gives him a 6. Michael gives him a 6. Venom gives him a 6.5. Dudley, a 5.5. Been to around 8 or 9 City games. Well done, you, mate. Andy Mills gives him a 5. King of Assist says, sorry, Andy. Well, no, too late, mate. You pissed on your chips, buddy. Keep it shut, and then don't be a knob jockey. But anyway, Rodri, I'm going to give him a 6. I think of him as a 5, surely. Rodri, a 6. There you go. Rodri gets a 6, which leads us on to Gundogan. Gundogan, what are your thoughts on Ilkay? Not his best of games, but he has been great lately. But according to Sam Majowski, he is in the goal-scoring form of his life. But if he was going to take so many shots a goal, he needed to test Henderson far more than he actually did, and gave him a 5. So we're talking about Gundogan. What are your scores on Ilkay? CM City gives him a 5. Chris Baker a 5.5. Sean a 6. Ravenglass a 5. Andy Mills gives him a 7.5. Gundo at 6.5, a little quieter than usual. Yeah, agree with that, Neil. 7. KDB downgraded him. Don't know how that happened, but Dudley gives him a 6. Kurt gives him a 6. Gundo, yeah, I'm probably in agreement with most of you guys. SOS gives him a 6. Safat gives him a 7.75. Oh, mate, you can't give him that. King of Assists a 6. Probably would have given him a 7 if he was wearing a Man City. Oh, he was wearing a Man City shirt. Probably upgrading for that one. John Grogan, Gundogan dipped after slightly injury setback, a 6. Yeah, I'm going to go with you guys. Gundogan, from your scores, Ilkay Gundogan gets a 6, which moves us on to Kevin De Bruyne. Mark the Blue also says Gundo a 6. As well there. So sorry if I, there you go, I'll bring it up. And John Grogan says dipped after slight injury setback. But we're on to Kevin De Bruyne. Sorry, there you go. Kevin De Bruyne, what are your thoughts on Kevin? Kevin, according to Sam Jowski, said, sees things that nobody else in the game does, but for whatever was in his sights in the game, broke down more City attacks than they created and gave him a 5. Which is interesting. When was the last time you saw Kevin De Bruyne get 5? It was. I didn't think he was great. I'll be honest with you. Me and Chris were talking at halftime. Didn't think he was great. Mohamed 5. Chris Baker a 4. Anthony Mills a 5. Harge gives him a 5. CM City gives him a 5. Simon gives him a 5. Ravenglass gives him a 3. Come on. Can't give Kevin De Bruyne a 3. SOS a 5. Kurt 5. Poor, but if Sterling put away KDB assist, it would have been higher. Neil said KDB 6. I think he is far from 100% fit. I agree with you, mate. 4 from Mark the Blue. A 4. 5.5 not been great since he's come back from injury. Germano gives him a 5.5. Dudley a 5. Michael gives him KDB a 5. Right, I've got to go with you guys. Has to be a 5, and that's yeah. There you go. It's a 5 for Kevin De Bruyne, which is when was the last time I've ever had to write KDB 5? I can't remember it, but he wasn't great. I must admit, he was not great. But anyway. Moving on to our right-wing wizard, who I thought had for patches. Lassie Oblo says, hello, everybody. How are you, mate? I thought for patches was okay and was quite good in parts, but talking about his score overall, and that was Riyad Mahrez. What does Simon Bajowski said? Did his best to trouble Shaw going forward, but didn't do enough to help back as the United left back rampaged down the flank in possession. Gave him a 5, and I cannot disagree with that. I didn't think he did enough down that side. But Kurt says, hey up, Lassiel. Sean Fogarty gives him a 4. Harge, no surprise, gives him a 7. 5.5 from Chris Baker, a 3 from CM City. Mohamed gives him a 6.5. Andy Mills gives him a 6. King of Assists, 4.5. Shows you I'm not too bitter, mate. Don't worry about it. SOS, a 6, 7. Man of the match. I don't know what game you were watching. Simon, 5.5. Kurt, 6.5. Better than people made out. Yeah, possibly. Mara, 6.5. A few good moments. Man of the match, see a doctor, says Chris Baker. Or not ophthalmologist. Mark the Blue, a 6. Sorry, did I go off then? Just had a bit of a switch over there with my routers, and it went off and came back on. Can you just give me a thumbs up or a yes, I'm back? Otherwise, I'll have to come off the channel. Can you just give me a yes? I'm back on. Anyone, please? Hello? Am I back on? Yeah, I'm back on. Yes, you're back. Thank you. Sorry, we've got several routers in the house because of the way we switched over to the BT fiber to the home and the new sort of routers all over the house. And sometimes, on occasions, if it gets overloaded with my lads home doing schoolwork and teaching stuff and things, it'll switch to a router. But sometimes when it does that, it just flicks and I see it in the bottom corner go onto no Wi-Fi and no router, and then suddenly it comes back straight away. So thank you very much. I am back. Thank God for that. We're good, Andy. Thank you very much. Right, on to Riyad Mahrez. Let me go all the way back. I do apologise. Where was I? I even forgot where I was. Dudley Lewis, I think it was. Germano says 6. Lasciopla, I will give the team average ratings. Yeah, it did deserve average ratings. Mara 6.5. We're good, Andy. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Maris doesn't get 6. Come on, guys. Yes, we're back. Any other scores? Beware of the 5G. It does actually switch to 5G if my Wi-Fi goes down. That's one thing it does do. 1, 2, 3 testing. Like, yeah, Ray. Yeah. Kurt says, "Cheers, Lassie. I'm glad you enjoyed it." Right, Mahrez gets a 6. He gets a 6 from you guys. I'm not giving him a 5. I thought actually there were parts of the game where I thought he did actually okay. Alan's on. Hi, Andy. Cooled down after the performance of the weekend. I'm glad, mate, because some of those WhatsApp messages you sent me, it was like your head had absolutely exploded, buddy. But let's move on to the left side and Raheem Sterling. How were your thoughts on Raheem Sterling, who's coming for quite a lot of criticism? But Raz, Simon Pachowski says, has often struggled against Wan-Bissaka, and this was no exception, as nothing went right for him in the final third. Gave him a 4. Woo-hoo. That is some serious score, that. Wow, a 4? There you go. But that was Simon Pachowski immediately. Excuse me, just on my dinner. I apologise for burping there. Mohammed gives him a 4 as well. A 2? Come on, see it. Rafe only Maris a 6. No, we're on to Ross. Simon gives him a 5. Leonard gives him a 5. Alan gives him a 4. Surprisingly, I'll give him a 3, Alan. Sean gives him a 5. Alan is not one for a crisis. No, he definitely isn't. It's like Mr. Flappy. Oh, everything's going wrong. Instead of being chill out. Hard gives him a 4.5. Chris gives him a 3.5. There you go. Not one for a crisis, Chris, but he gives him a 3.5. Andy Mills gives him a 4. Raven Glass gives him a 5. SOS gives him a 5. Sterling 6, struggling on form. Neil. Kurt gives him 5.5. Missed chances. Runs were still amazing to find space. Thanks for a bit of objectivity there, Kurt. Sterling 4, poor game. Ray gives him a 5. What we got? Dudley a 4.5. Mark the Blue gives him a 5. Michael gives him a 6. Terrible miss. Reminded me of Leon miss. Sterling looks disinterested. I'm not sure about that at all. But anyway, short scores. Oh, this is going to be hard. I'm going to have to give him a 5 overall. There you go, which leads us on to Gabby. Gabby Jesus is the next one that we are looking at tonight. Like I said, this is going to be a very quick one. So Gabby, Simon Bajowski said, gave the ball away, then found Martial for the penalty and never came close to troubling. Henderson gave him a 5. I think if he gives, what did he give? He gave Sterling a 4, but gave Gabby a 5. I think Sterling did far more than Gabby, if I'm honest. But hey, it's all about opinions and guessing. Full-time football. Yo, remember me, United 2? Yeah, I do remember you, mate, on Twitter. There you go. I did say 2-0 as my prediction, but it was the opposite way around. So well done. I don't know whether you said that. I think you were just asking for other scores, but welcome to the channel, mate. Chris isn't a happy bunny. Mohammed gives Gabby a 0. Gabby a 1. Gabby a 1. Bollocks, you can't give somebody a 1. Charlie Everett, 4. Shows you what you know about football. Sean, 4.5. Chris, 3.5. Clown. Andy Mills gives him a big jump. Sorry. Ravenglass, a 1. Leonard, 2. You can't give him a 1 or a 2. I miss Concello, a 2. Well, if he was called Concello, yeah. 2.5. Come on, guys. 1 as a defender, a pawn striker, overrated. Wow. Daffy gives him a 5. SOS a 4. Dudley's a 4.5. Full time. Yo, I think you should do a fan live calling. No, mate. No, because we'd be full of rags. We'd be absolutely inundated with rags and dippers. You only have to read. They all come out. They all come out in the comments, and whenever there's a draw for City, or whenever United beat City, or whenever Liverpool get a draw or a win, you're inundated with just absolute gobshites from United and Liverpool. I don't want to do a call-in, I'll be honest with you. I don't even like doing watch-alongs, but I do it every now and then for the big games. Other than that, I'm not interested in what other fans have got to say. I'll be absolutely blunt with you. This channel is not about making money. And that's one thing you need to realise about this channel. And a lot of people, certainly United fans of Liverpool, we're not here to service all the other fans' comments and be really interested in what other fans have got to say about Man City. Because all you get is oil money and the usual bollocks. Most of them have never been to a game in their life, never mind the teams they support. So, like, I give 2 shites about what they've got to say. But it's interesting bantering with them. You only have to make a few comments and add in a few stats on the comments below the YouTube videos, and straight away you can see exactly what they're about. They're clueless, absolutely clueless. All the children in their basements or in their bedrooms. But anyway, moving on. I'm not interested in the other teams. Kurt says 4.5. The mistake killed his confidence. Hi Kamal, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Gabby Jesus 5. Oh yeah, he wasn't great. But anyway, let's give Gabby. I'm not going to do subs, etc. Gabby, we're going to give him a 5, and that wraps us up for that. We've got the likes of Cancelo who came on. Simon Pajowski gave him a 7. Jesus for Foden gave him a 6. Said worked the best chance but could have scored. Yeah, I thought Walker was great when he came on. I thought he was far better than what Cancelo did in that particular game. And if anything, Pep, did he get the selection right? Who knows? If they didn't concede the penalty, it was 0-0 at half time, you'd probably go into that game going, it's one of those. But 21 games on the run. Jesus Christ, the amount of absolute garbage I've read on social media and Twitter and everything else by so-called City fans blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. Anyone would think we're 12th position and out of cup competitions and things like that. It's embarrassing. I am actually embarrassed for some of the comments I've read on social media over the last 2 days. And Sunday night, 10 o'clock, I went, right, that's it. I'm off Twitter. And I just turned Twitter off and I said, no, I'm not coming back for 24 hours because it was pathetic. I've never read so many needy so-called Man City fans who just made the most ridiculous comments. This is on the back of 21 continuous wins in all competitions. And you just think, Lord, and we're 11 points clear of Man United. I find it embarrassing. Well, I'm not embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for those people who make those type of comments. I really am. I do. I just think, God, imagine City fans, proper City fans, reading those things, must look at those accounts and go, Jesus Christ, you're clueless. You've probably never been to the Etihad. And yet some of these accounts got like 20, 30,000 Twitter followers. And you just think, clueless. Absolutely clueless. So it is what it is. But anyway, moving on to tomorrow, we are going to be playing Southampton, which, if we look at the Premier League, City, as it stands at the moment, 28 wins. We are on 65 points. We've got that red X against our name from Sunday, but prior to that, 4 wins on their own. United, who are on the same amount of games, are on 54 points. Remember, 11 points behind City. Leicester, same amount of games, are 12 points behind City. Chelsea, same number of games, are 15 points behind City. West Ham, who have got 1 game less than Chelsea in 4th, are on 48 points. Everton, 1 game less, they're on 46. Tottenham, 1 game less, are on 45. Liverpool, same amount of games as Man City and Man United, are back in 8th on 43 points. And don't forget, in 9th, Villa played 26 games and are on 40 points. That means they could be level with Everton in 6th and put Liverpool down to 9th. And then Arsenal have still got a game in hand over the other teams, which they're on 38. But you're looking at 9th for Liverpool. So City are in a very, very strong position. We didn't really expect to go through the whole season unbeaten or keep winning games and these records. It's ridiculous. But I'm sure Pep has got into them. If we look at Southampton, well, Southampton, as it stands at the moment, they've got to win. But prior to that, 2 losses, a draw and a loss. They're back in 14th, fighting for their lives. They're on 33 points. They're 7 points ahead of the drop zone. And just looking at it, they're probably comfortable, if I'm being honest with you. But what a big turnaround for Southampton from where they were at the few months into the season compared to where they are. So what I'm going to ask you now is give me your lineups. You've got 5 minutes, and that's it for tonight. It's not a massive preview. It's 5 minutes. You've got to give me your lineups for tomorrow. Who starts and who doesn't? But while you're doing that, what I'm going to do is read out the polls from yesterday when I said who was City's best player in the United game. And I gave you 5 options. I gave you John Stones. I gave you John Stones. I gave you John Stones, and I gave you John Stones. And John Stones got 54%. John Stones got 7%. John Stones got 5%. John Stones got another 7%. And then I said, maybe someone else add it below. And some of the comments that came in were J Fresh Stunner said, I'd say Rodri. Mahrez from Tyrone Douglas. Rodri. Ellison said somebody. Sterling. Oh, no, it was about hide and seek. Zinni or Mahrez said somebody else. Zinni or Rodri. But overall, it was basically John Stones. John Stones was easily the man of the match for Man City against Man United. On to today's poll. I gave it you earlier, 115 votes so far. And I said, who are the biggest gobshite opposition fans on Man City Fan TV? There are loads of them, but I gave you 4 options plus any others. I gave you United fans, gave you Liverpool fans, gave you Arsenal fans, gave you Chelsea fans, and then said any others below. Let's see what any of the others were. Anyone come up with anything different? No, everyone's just commenting solely about the top 2. So the results are, who are the biggest gobshite fans on Man City Fan TV? Well, any others posted below was 3%. Chelsea fans 2%, Arsenal fans 1%, Liverpool fans 18%, and by far away the biggest gobshite, nonsensical people who never go to Old Trafford or the Swamp, have probably never visited Manchester or have been to a game, are United fans 77%. So there you go. The award goes to, they could do that on their trophy tour of beating Man City twice in a season or whatever. It's Man United biggest gobshite fans on Man City Fan TV. But anyway, let me just remove that off there. I'll bring in something else. Chris says Liverpool, the greatest Premier League team of all time in 8th. Don't believe it. Yeah, absolutely. Haven't looked into it. Why is this the only Prem game in midweek? Charlie, we're going to lineups. Charlie says Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, KDB, Bernardo, Foden, Mahrez, Torres. No Sergio? Interesting. Due to Chapley's commitments, it is. That's the reason why. Chris Baker, what do you think of the cricket? Oh, no, we're not going through that. Because City are the only team to play in all competitions here. That's true. I'm looking for your lineups, and then I'm going Edison, Carl, John, Diaz, Laporte, Rodri, Bernardo, Gundogan, Raheem, Aguero, Foden. Perfect lineup, says Mark. Chris says Eddie, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Zini, Ferner, Gundo, Bernardo, Foden, Aguero, Raz. I'd take that all day long. CM City says Edison, Walker, Laporte, Stones, Ake, Fernandinho, Bernardo, Foden, Aguero, Torres, and Mahrez. Ravenglass says Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo, Mahrez, Foden, and Aguero. Kurt thinks Eddie, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy, Dino, KDB, Bernardo, Foden, Sergio, and Torres. Jamalo thinks it's United fans. Well, they did in the vote. Would love to see Aguero start, to be honest, and give Mendy a chance. Interesting. Sean thinks it's going to be Edison, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Walker, Gundogan, Rodri, Foden, Sterling, and Mahrez. Alan thinks it's going to be Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, Rodri, Bernardo, KDB, Foden, Jesus, and Sterling. Charlie's going for Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, KDB, Bernardo, Foden, Mahrez, and Torres. And Andy Mills thinks Eddie, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Werner, Gundo, Bernie, Foden, Mahrez, and Sergio. So you're going for Sergio, Andy Mills. SOS thinks Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Zini, Werner, Bernardo, Gundo, Foden, Kun, and Mahrez. So you think Kun might come in back tomorrow. Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Bernardo, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Torres, Aguero, Man City Fan TV. So quite a few of you are thinking maybe Sergio might be back tomorrow. It's interesting. Daffy says Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Mendy, Gundogan, Foden, Gundogan, Torres, Bernardo, Mahrez, Gabby. So no Sergio. Kamal thinks it's going to be the same, but Fernandinho, Bernardo, Gundogan, Torres, Aguero, Foden. Scott says big shout out for Pep. Incoming Kun to play or not. Abandon what we've done well for 21 games. Go for a recognised number 9. It'll be interesting, Scott. Won't wait to see what he does tomorrow. Lassie Oblos thinks it's going to be Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Cancelo, Fernandinho, Bernardo, Gundogan, Foden, Torres. A lot of shout-outs for Torres. That's interesting. I hate to see this. Sergio could be finished at City. That is hard to take. Oh, Alan, stop being so negative. Thanks, Andy, for doing the stream after a hard day. Love the channel. No problem. Thank you very much. Mark says, like, if you take us back to start 17-18 season, Ben Mendy was very good. His attacking is pretty good, providing assists and Aguero. Yeah, it is, but it's on his day, mate. He's got to remain fit and do it consistently. I've always been a Mendy fan, but doesn't do it enough. Front three, got to be Foden, Sergio, Torres. The rest, I'm not bothered about at all. Reckons Kurt, Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Zini, Fernandinho, Gundo, Bernardo, Foden, Sterling, Aguero. It's so hard reading these out quick. Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Bernardo, Ferdi, Gundo, Sergio, Foden, Torres. I think Kun will start in Saturday versus Fulham or maybe against Gladbach or Gradbach. Man City Francis says, Marco Shea, Pep didn't play that system at all. Harsh thinks, can't see Ben Mendy even getting a game. Really? Hi guys, hi Alec. We're about to go. Eddie Germano says Eddie Stones, Diaz, Walker, Sinchenko, Bernie, Gundo, Ferner, Sterling, Torres, and Aguero. Fuck you, Andy, for deleting my messages. I haven't deleted any messages. I don't know who has deleted your messages. No wonder why Ray left you're a fat old gay fag. I'm unsubscribing, never watching. Idiot, you're not a true City fan without shit. Oh, that's obvious. I'm assuming. I can only assume that's a fake account because I certainly haven't deleted King of Assist from there. But that just goes to show you what other channels do on Man City Fan TV. They're clearly they're just struggling. They're absolutely desperate for views. We don't do that with our channels. We just don't. We simply have never done it. We never ever have done it at all. But we clearly that goes to show you how embarrassing it is when you get other fan channels creating fake accounts to come on and do stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. But I don't think anybody has deleted. Let me just go back. Has somebody deleted somebody's message? Maybe one of the mods have deleted it for whatever reason. No. I'm still seeing King of Assists message. So I'm going to delete that one because I have to block it because of the language, solely the language on there. But King of Assists wasn't blocked by anybody because I can see the comments earlier, which haven't been blocked by anybody on Man City Fan TV. Ray said, Ray Ferner says, so sad that comment. Yeah, it is. Not seeing King of Assist deleted message. Yeah, neither have I. So Charlie says, who's right? Yeah, that's the biggest question. There you go. Never mind him. No, mate, I'm not. Kurt deleted. No, I deleted King of Assist just then. Or that message from a so-called King of Assist. But hey, it is what it is. That's the problem. I don't understand that inter-channel rivalry. But anyway, it is what it is. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. We're the ones pushing on to 17,000 subscribers. We don't need to badmouth everybody else just to get a couple of clicks or a couple of extra subscribers. Hi Andy, hope you're good. I'm good. Tim Smith, how are you, mate? Hi all in the chat. You're late. We're going. No need to give time to Nuncy. Lots of great people in SOTON. Absolutely. Smash the like, guys. Dale Brown says, hi, Andy from Dublin. Guess there's flu clowns out there tonight. Circus in town. 2-1. You reckon 2-1 tomorrow? Check out the community chat. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Ignore and block the idiots. Yeah, well, the thing is Alec, it's not as easy as that sometimes because the same sort people replicate and you don't know whether it really is King of Assist or whether it's somebody else and things. So you have to be careful that you don't just go off on somebody who's made a comment. And that's a problem. We've had it for months and months and months of people trying to clone other accounts and things and make all sorts of nasty comments to Martin and me and everything. I mean, I'm not asked. I'm not bothered about it. But it is what it is. But you don't want to block somebody and then somebody says, that was actually me. It was my own account, but somebody else's. And that's happened on 2 or 3 occasions. So it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. They're losers. Yeah, they are. Andy Mills, wasn't Ray the one with the sunglasses who used to be on this channel? He was, yeah, mate. But that was yesteryear. I'm going 3. No, that was 2 years ago. Thanks, Andy, for the stream, Leonard. Yeah, absolutely welcome. All his comments have gone now. Yeah, well, somebody is obviously blocked him for whatever reason. Thanks for the stream. Drop a like on the way out, lads. Yeah, it'd be great. You reckon 3-1, Tim? Be interesting. Same Charlie, you're going 3. You're going 3-0. Scott Williams says 2-0 City. Top stuff, Blues. Have a good evening. Absolutely. Fulham is a tricky game. It's not Fulham yet. I'm going 4-0 tomorrow. 4-0. Wow. I'll take that all day long. I'm very late. Sorry. 5-0 reckons Martin. Thanks, Andy. Great stream. Thank you, Michael, and thank you for all your comments, buddy, on the chats. Really appreciate it. Not seen Carl for a while. Is he okay? I don't know. I've not spoke to him for a while. City 2-1, Southampton. You reckon? Great live stream. Stay safe. Kurt thinks it's 3-1. CM thinks it's 1-0. 4-0 says Alec. 1-0 says Harge. And Mahrez. Somebody said Mahrez is good. He is good. I always like those. Sorry. Whatever. OPX. Hi, mate. How are you? We're going. Bye all in the chat. Don't forget. Listen. Give it a thumbs up. Take care. We'll be back tomorrow at some point. But take care. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. If you are not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. That means loads and loads and loads of followers. And give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that bell icon. Make sure it's set to public, not private. But take care. Thank you, everyone, for all your comments. It's really appreciated. And if you've not seen Sunday's watch along, go and watch it. Or you can watch the best bits. And you can tune in and watch that. And that's about 30 minutes of all I called it, best of the bad bits. But we move on. 11 points clear. It's all good. City play Southampton tomorrow. And we'll be back at some point soon tomorrow. And take care. Have a good evening. And stay safe, guys.